powerful. Okay, so I did some stuff off stream. I did this blood thing. Should add a morph target. Later. I need to be quiet because my dog he's running around, like he's not used to me speaking this late. So when the high priest ritual guy does his chants, the blood will like vibrate and form these spikes, and maybe the corrupted like droplets collect into like some black blood drops. Then he could like collect them or something, like could suck the drops up. So maybe that's how the blood filtering works. Also like texture the chains, change the stairs. The stairs were way too noisy. So still have some texturing to do today. Need to texture the cages and the hoses in this platform thing. Also the entrance gates, maybe the piping, the spike tribunals, like a lot of texturing needs to be done. I know I'll probably stream for an hour. I'll see what I can do in an hour. So let's leave the blood as is, like let's probably texture the spikes first. Probably lower the music audio a bit if I'm speaking like really quiet. Okay, so these probably should have like different UV maps because the scale is different. Maybe I should like not really concern myself with how this looks, like if the pixels like stretch or something. I should probably just texture this one, just duplicate it. Does this need, like, let's check. No, this doesn't need the bottom face. Maybe it does because like here it's visible, so let's keep the bottom face. Let's mark some seams. All of these seams need to go around like this. And this could like just unwrap cleanly. this one has a face in the bottom. Let's just delete this. The seam isn't reaching the bottom, so like this is overlapping. Mark this seam. Should maybe extrude it, not extrude it, but just move it a bit because it would be a bit more clean. Angle based. Let's do like 256 for the texture size packet. Let's add another seam here. Let's see if like it changes. No, it's that actually worse. No, that was better, but like only a few percent. So I can just duplicate this median point, scale it up so it matches the old mesh, scale the y-axis a bit, maybe make it a bit thicker than the old one. Let's first use the same mesh for baking, then later on we can see if we need more information from the high poly mesh bake. So the tooth should probably be like organic, like maybe it should be like a real tooth from some organism. Just mask it. So if it's bone, it has to be a bit yellowish, like white yellow. Make the bottom a bit darker. Riot Games, shout out to Riot Games for this tip. Make the bottom darker. So this doesn't work because I don't know, it's like the whole model is being considered, but they share the UVs. Let's see where it ends, like here. Okay, let's down the contrast a bit. Let's add some lines. And this is actually pretty hard to texture because let's actually export a separate model just for the texturing. Let's rotate it a bit now. Let's maybe keep it flat. Let's remove. Mesh import failed. Okay, this scale doesn't match. Okay, let's just save this. Let's just make a smart material just so we can make a new file and plop it down there. Despite, well, it's still broken. Let's try baking. So the paint mask was inverted. Let's try UV projection, 90 degrees. I could like straighten out the UVs, then the stripes would curve. Let's just test that theory. Or maybe let's not test the theory. Let's just work on speed. Let's achieve maximum velocity, maximum game development velocity. This will be fine. Okay, so the roughness to the max, like this. And down the contrast a bit. Maybe just front to back. No, right, left. Okay, so the base should be, I don't know, maybe it should be like a metal box. Let's try. So I should probably like unwrap mark seams. Like if this is a metal box, I'll have like information of the edges. And added bonus, like it will take up less space in the UV map. So let's mark seam. Okay, so we're doing this, let's just straighten out. Okay, let's export. Export imports. Re-import, rebake. Okay, so now these flow like have this curve, they're not like straight up and down because the UVs like the UVs are straight and the model is curved, so the mask follows the UVs, not the model, so that's why it's curved. Okay, so now we have a bit of information to work from. Let's add the generator. The UV border adds some contrast. Now we can add some height information probably. Let's blur it a bit to smooth out the texture. Add some ambient occlusion. No, we shouldn't add ambient occlusion, let's just actually use the same mask for let's invert. Actually invert, we should let's just hand paint a bit. Okay, so now there's like a bit of shading, a bit of lighting information baked into the model. Let's add some rivets, I guess, like some bolts to the edges. This doesn't need to be perfect. Actually, like an art style like World of Warcraft has, like it's so intentionally like not clean that adds a lot of charm to the art style, actually. Let's add some dimples so they look like rivets. Should maybe make the edges lighter. No, we should just actually focus on speed. This is like a tiny asset. Let's just add some roughness. Some grunge again. Nirvana is playing. Crazy shit. Brushed dust. Damn, I can barely see this. Okay, let's test it out, I guess. Yeah, let's just see how it looks in game before we do anything else. Let's save. Okay, so okay, like does this? No, I changed the UVs, so now I need actually to change back the mesh. Let's make the material, create material. looks sick. Looks sicky. Sickening. I feel sick just looking at it. I think I'm gonna puke. Just pure nausea. Maybe yeah, some blood is in order on the like bottom of the tooth. Add another folder with a black mask inside of the tooth material. Let's just manually paint this on, I guess. Okay, let's not overwork this, like that's fine blood. Let's just make it a bit darker, so it looks like, yeah, the roughness also needs to be like, should be dried blood. And then we take the paint mask. Let's just copy the mask. Copy mask. So this blur like blurs out, it expands this a bit. Let's put this on the bottom so it's behind that, and we'll have a bit of depth, a bit of shadowing behind that. Actually, we should maybe paint it a bit. Why isn't this? Oh, it's in the folder. It needs to be here, yeah. Okay, so we don't actually need to paint. Yeah, so that adds a bit of like depth. Actually, let's just see how that looks right now. Yeah, that's a bit too bright, like actually a lot too bright. Okay, let's lower the saturation a bit of the color. that looks like dried blood. Damn, I didn't name the spikes, so I need to Control Z. Did that actually export like that? Yeah, I also exported these like inside. I wonder if I would have noticed that if, like, so let's name these. Okay. I was wondering about this, like, this structure, the spiderweb structure. It actually makes the top a bit cluttered and takes away the attention from the speakers, so I should just compare if it's actually needed. Yeah, this is better, I think. The speakers are actually like comically large, like compared to the character, like they're enormous, like it's like 3 people height just for the speaker. Okay, so let's just, I don't know, the cage design. Not really sure if that's final, but we can work on the piping. Let's do the pipe textures, I guess. I already have like the texture. Let's open. Let's just see how I named that. Oh, so this is blobs pump, blob pump. Blobs, are these blobs? No, these are like the different blobs. Okay, let's just, the material is not that hard, like I can make it from scratch actually faster than finding it. So this mesh is separate from this one. Let's check the UVs. The UVs should be just this one part, I guess. But this is already merged, so let's actually just merge this too. Let's see if like it's that much of a difference. If they're all the same, maybe that's even better if they're all the same. Yeah, maybe they should be all like the same. Let's just align the bottom one, the top of the gauge, like scale down a bit. Yeah, this material has them like unwrapped straight up, like so. This is a single mesh, I think. Like all of these parts are merged. Let's add a seam. Let's add a cut in the middle, or maybe a few cuts actually. hour. Should this mesh have a high poly mesh? I think yes. Yes, let's try. Bevel. Should it be like this? Yeah. Where did I export that shit? Pipes high, let's change the date to today. So let's just make these pipes black for the time being. Okay, so this will be the base of the pipes. We actually have curvature information right now. Could lighten up the edges a bit. Or maybe let's just see roughness. Yeah, let's make them rough. No, let's just tweak the roughness, and that's it. Ship it. Ship. So the objects are like disappearing before our eyes, like this is all that needs to be textured: the tribunals, the exterior pipes, the entrances. I don't know if these should be entrances or like guard posts or something. There should probably be a main entrance, just so it's not confusing. So let's export this as the main mesh, so the pipes will be separate. Shiny. Maybe too shiny. Yeah, I think that's too shiny, because on these pipes at least, and the pipe is like almost matte, and where the blood is pumping it becomes more shiny. So as it stretches, like if you just stretch rubber, I guess it gets more shiny. Also highlights the stretching better. So let's make the piping a bit more rough. Okay, I guess that's fine. So we have the cage as the platform. The tribunals are actually the largest object. It's actually getting pretty late, like I usually sleep like at 10 p.m. So I guess I'll finish tomorrow. Okay, stream is done.